Ever dream of building wealth through property? Being that person who spots the diamond in the rough, negotiates the deal, and watches their portfolio grow.
Hmm.
That's the real estate investor dream, right? But is it all sunshine and profit? You've sent over some great info from RoleCatcher, including their real estate investor career guide. So let's unpack what this career path really entails.
What's interesting here is that RoleCatcher goes beyond the surface. They acknowledge the allure, the potential for high earnings, the independence, but they don't shy away from the grittier side.
Okay, so let's start with the foundation. What does a real estate investor actually do? It's more than just attending open houses, right?
Way more. Think of it as building a business. You're scouting opportunities, analyzing market trends, negotiating deals, maybe even overseeing renovations. It's entrepreneurial, strategic, and often requires wearing many hats.
And that brings us to a point. RoleCatcher emphasizes due diligence. They actually list it as a specific skill. For those unfamiliar, what exactly does due diligence look like in the real estate world?
It's the detective work of investing. Imagine you're about to buy a property. Due diligence means thoroughly investigating everything, inspecting for hidden damage, verifying income potential, maybe even digging into the neighborhood's future development plans.
It's like that gut feeling you get, but backed up by solid research and expert opinions.
Exactly. It's about minimizing risk by uncovering any potential problems before you sink your money into a deal. Remember that story you mentioned about the investor who skipped due diligence and ended up with a money pit? That's the nightmare scenario.
Definitely a cautionary tale. RoleCatcher also stresses market analysis. What makes that skill so crucial for a real estate investor?
Think of it this way. You wouldn't buy a stock without understanding the company's performance, right? Market analysis is about understanding the real estate company, so to speak. It's about analyzing trends, property values, rental rates, even things like population growth. It's how you identify areas ripe for investment and avoid those about to go bust.
So you're not just buying a property, you're buying into a neighborhood's trajectory.
Precisely. And that requires constantly learning, adapting your strategies, and refining your understanding of the market. RoleCatcher actually quantifies the importance of specific skills, and they rate active learning at 54% for this career path.
It's interesting how they emphasize the human element alongside the financial side. They even give a surprising amount of weight to negotiation, rating it at 57% importance. Why is that so crucial? I think it's all about crunching numbers.
Numbers are important, but you're always dealing with people. Whether it's securing a favorable price from a seller, mediating disputes with contractors, or even negotiating lease agreements with tenants, your ability to communicate effectively can make or break a deal.
It's like those charismatic negotiators you see on TV, but instead of hostage situations, it's a bidding war on a fixer-upper.
Exactly. You need that blend of charm, strategy, and a deep understanding of what the other party wants to walk away with a win.
So we've got the entrepreneurial spirit, a knack for due diligence, a grasp of market trends, and the negotiation skills of a diplomat. What's next on our real estate investor checklist?
This is where RoleCatcher's advice gets really practical. They suggest starting small. It's like learning to swim. You don't jump straight into the deep end, right?
Makes sense. But what does starting small actually look like in this field? Buying a parking space instead of a penthouse.
It could be something like that. But RoleCatcher provides more concrete examples in their career stages section. They talk about assisting senior investors, maybe with market research, attending property viewings, or even just shadowing them to learn the ropes.
Kind of like an apprenticeship for the real estate world.
Exactly. Think of it as building a solid foundation. You're gaining experience, learning from seasoned professionals, and maybe even avoiding costly mistakes early on.
So instead of diving headfirst into a risky deal, you're easing in, learning from someone else's playbook.
Precisely. You're building that crucial foundation of knowledge and experience. RoleCatcher highlights the importance of mentorship throughout their guide. And it makes sense, right? Having a seasoned investor to guide you can be invaluable, especially in those early stages when you're navigating unfamiliar territory and trying to avoid costly mistakes.
It's like having a seasoned Sherpa guiding you up the real estate mountain. They know the treacherous paths, the hidden crevasses, and the best routes to reach the summit.
Exactly. And speaking of reaching the summit, RoleCatcher provides these fascinating example profiles for different career stages. It's like getting a sneak peek into the lives of real estate investors at various points in their
Oh,
careers.
yeah. Like they have this profile of a junior real estate investor who talks about starting out by assisting senior investors with market research and property analysis. They even mention attending property viewings and helping to prepare financial models. Talk about a hands-on education.
It highlights the value of learning by doing, of immersing yourself in the day-to-day operations of a real estate business. Even if it means starting in a supporting role, those early experiences can be invaluable for building your skills, your network, and your confidence.
It's like they say, experience is the best teacher. But it's even better when you can learn from someone else's mistakes rather than your own.
Absolutely. And as you gain experience and confidence, you can start taking on more responsibility, gradually moving from assisting on deals to spearheading your own investments.
It's like leveling up in a real estate video game. You gain experience, unlock new skills, and eventually work your way up to becoming a real estate mogul.
That's a fun way to think about it.
Yeah.
And just like in a video game, you'll face challenges along the way. But those challenges are all part of the learning process, and they're what ultimately help you grow and succeed.
And those challenges can come in many forms, right? From market fluctuations and unexpected repairs to difficult negotiations and even the occasional shady contractor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Real estate investing is not for the faint of heart. But it's those challenges that make the victories all the sweeter.
It's about having the grit, the determination, and the resilience to weather the storms and come out stronger on the other side.
And that's where having a strong support system, a team of trusted advisors and mentors, can make all the difference.
Speaking of support systems, let's talk about a topic that RoleCatcher doesn't delve into too deeply, but that I think is incredibly important: ethics.
Absolutely. Ethics are paramount in any industry, but especially in real estate, where large sums of money are at stake and where the potential for exploitation exists.
It's about doing business with integrity, treating clients and partners fairly, and always striving to do what's right, even when no one is watching.
Precisely. It's about building a reputation based on trust, transparency, and ethical conduct.
Because at the end of the day, your reputation is everything in the real estate world.
Absolutely. A solid reputation can open doors, attract investors, and lead to long-term success.
It's like they say, a good name is more desirable than great riches.
Wise words. And building a good name in real estate starts with a commitment to ethical conduct and a genuine desire to make a positive impact on the communities where you invest.
Well said. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart: finding your niche.
Ah, yes. Specialization. It's a powerful strategy in any field, but especially in real estate, where the possibilities are vast and the competition can be fierce.
RoleCatcher touches on this briefly, but I think it deserves more attention. Because when you specialize in a particular type of property, a specific neighborhood, or a unique investment strategy, you position yourself as an expert in that area.
Exactly. And that expertise can give you a competitive edge, attract a targeted clientele, and ultimately lead to greater success.
It's about becoming the go-to person for a particular type of real estate deal.
Precisely. And finding your niche often involves a combination of passion, expertise, and market demand.
It's about identifying what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and what the market is hungry for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you find that sweet spot where those three things intersect, that's where the magic happens.
It's like finding your calling within the vast world of real estate.
Precisely. And that calling can lead to a more fulfilling and profitable career.
Now, that's something worth striving for. But let's be real, finding your niche isn't always easy. It often involves a process of trial and error, experimentation, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone.
Absolutely. It's not something you figure out overnight. It's a journey of self-discovery and a commitment to continuous learning.
It's about being open to new experiences, exploring different avenues, and never being afraid to pivot if something isn't working.
Exactly. Because sometimes the greatest discoveries come from unexpected detours.
It's like that quote, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." But in real estate, that journey often involves, navigating this complex web of financial considerations, right?
Absolutely. And RoleCatcher doesn't sugarcoat the financial commitment required. They're upfront about the need for capital, whether it's for down payments, renovations, or even just covering those holding costs while you wait for that perfect buyer.
They do highlight the potential for high returns, though. It's that classic risk-reward balance, isn't it?
Exactly. But here's where things get interesting. RoleCatcher goes beyond that simple buy low, sell high mantra. They delve into different financing options like leveraging mortgages, exploring partnerships, even understanding, the nuances of hard money loans. It's about having a strategic approach to capital, not just a big bank account.
So knowing how to use money is just as important as having it in the first place. That's a relief for those of us who aren't sitting on a gold mine.
Precisely. They even quantify the importance of financial analysis skills. It's not just about crunching numbers, but understanding what those numbers mean for your investment strategy. They actually give it a higher weighting than some of the more people-oriented skills we discussed earlier.
Which makes sense. You could be a master negotiator, but if you overpay for a property or mismanage your renovation budget, those people skills won't save your bottom line.
Exactly. And this is where having a good team comes into play, just like RoleCatcher mentions. They emphasize surrounding yourself with experts, which in the financial realm could mean a savvy real estate attorney, a tax advisor who understands the ins and outs of real estate deductions.
Wait, tax deductions. RoleCatcher didn't really go into detail there. What kind of tax advantages are we talking about?
That's smart to bring up. It's a whole other layer to real estate investing that often gets overlooked. We're talking deductions for things like mortgage interest, property taxes, depreciation, even strategies to minimize capital gains taxes when you sell.
So not only can a good investment put money in your pocket, but the right tax strategy can keep more of it there.
Precisely. It's like a bonus level in our real estate game. And while I'm not a tax professional myself, it highlights how crucial it is to have those experts on your team guiding you through the financial complexities.
It's like having a secret weapon in your real estate arsenal. So we've talked about the importance of a strong team, especially when it comes to finances. But building a team is just one piece of the puzzle, right? RoleCatcher also talks about the importance of constantly learning and adapting to the ever-changing real estate market.
Absolutely. It's like that they say the only constant is change. And that couldn't be more true in the world of real estate. Interest rates fluctuate, market trends shift, new technologies emerge. It's a dynamic landscape that requires investors to stay informed and adapt their strategies accordingly.
So how does one keep their finger on the pulse of the real estate market? Are we talking crystal balls and tarot cards here?
I wish it were that simple. But seriously, RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of active learning. They're talking about attending industry events, networking with other investors, reading real estate publications.
And probably scrolling through countless online forums and social media groups, am I right?
Probably. The point is, a successful real estate investor never stops learning. They're constantly seeking out new information, analyzing market trends, and refining their understanding of the forces shaping the industry.
It's almost like being a detective, always piecing together clues to uncover the next big opportunity or anticipate potential pitfalls.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the importance of having a solid network. RoleCatcher stresses building relationships with other investors, real estate agents, contractors. These connections can provide invaluable insights, early access to deals, and a support system when the market throws those inevitable curveballs.
It's like having a team of insiders, each with their own expertise and perspective, helping you navigate the complex world of real estate.
Precisely. And that network can also be a source of referrals, which can be a game changer for building your business, especially in the early stages.
So it's not just about what you know, but WHO you know.
In real estate, both are equally important. Knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions, but relationships open doors to opportunities you might otherwise miss.
And finding those opportunities often requires thinking outside the box, right? RoleCatcher didn't go into too much detail about this, but I'm curious about your thoughts on the importance of creativity and innovation in real estate investing.
It's essential. While traditional methods still hold value, those who are willing to challenge the status quo, think creatively, and explore unconventional approaches often discover hidden gems and create unique investment opportunities.
So we're not just talking about bricks and mortar, but also about vision and imagination.
Absolutely. Whether it's identifying emerging trends, finding creative uses for existing properties, or pioneering new financing models, innovation is what drives the real estate industry forward.
It's about seeing potential where others see obstacles, about transforming challenges into opportunities, and about constantly seeking new and better ways to create value.
Precisely. And that spirit of innovation, that willingness to push boundaries and think differently, is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary in the world of real estate investing.
Well said. So to wrap up our deep dive into the world of real estate investing, it seems like the key takeaways are: do your due diligence, surround yourself with a knowledgeable team, never stop learning, and always be open to new possibilities.
Exactly. It's a journey that requires a unique blend of financial savvy, people skills, market knowledge, and a healthy dose of grit and determination. But for those who are willing to put in the work and embrace the challenges, the rewards can be life-changing.
Absolutely. So for a listener out there who's been dreaming of building wealth through property, remember, it's not just about buying and selling houses. It's about building a business, cultivating relationships, and constantly adapting to the ever-evolving world of real estate.
And don't forget, it's about finding joy in the journey. The ups, the downs, the triumphs, the challenges, they're all part of what makes real estate investing such a dynamic and rewarding pursuit.
Well said. So there you have it, folks, a deep dive into the world of real estate investing. We hope you found this journey insightful and inspiring, and we wish you all the best on your own real estate adventures. Until next time, happy investing.